Good morning, folks. My name's Bill Hack. I'd like to welcome you all to the grand opening of the American Heroes Cafe. The idea for this came from American Heroes down in Kenosha. Super Value first, and then Festival of Foods got involved. And I noticed we got a pretty good showing here this morning, so I'd like to introduce a few people. I'd introduce you all, but the donuts would probably dry out, and then we'd have to, give them to the dogs and all. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce my wife. Donna, come on up here. This lady has put up with me for 49 years. And that means a lot to me. Next year we'll be 50, and then we'll go on from there. But she's also a vet, and she also makes the gluten-free muffins. We got a brother-in-law who's a gluten-free guy, so I know there's probably one or two in this group that are gluten-free as well. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Colleen Dickman. Dr. Colleen Dickman is the first sponsor. I took my first letter to her, she looked at it and wrote a check immediately. So she became the sponsor of the first week. We got many week sponsors now. We're off and running. We got at least a year's worth of money in there. But Dr. Colleen Dickman was the first one. Would you like to say anything?
Well, I would like to say that Bill and I have known each other for about 3 years.
Yep.
And when he came into my office this summer, he was so enthusiastic, and it's very contagious, I might add. Needless to say, he was a man on the mission. He was going to get this done. And I think that's probably your mode of operation all the time. You're going to get something done. So I was very honored to be able to sponsor this, and I'm very appreciative of all the vets who will be in this room shortly for the service and the sacrifices that they've made.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd also like to mention Joan Kranig and Sally Flanagan from the Lowell Center here, who have donated the space and the time and the effort to help set this up. I also have 3 volunteers that have helped set this up and put it away. And I also have active duty Army right over here, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Lastly, and I don't mean leastly, for sure, I have 2 ladies. Come on over here, ladies. Susan Janice and Mary Domes.
Sharon,
I'm sorry.
Susie was yesterday.
Oh, okay. Like Joyce. That's a private thing. Mary Domes, Sharon Janice. This is the inspiration for the American Heroes Cafe. These 2 ladies started one down in Kenosha. It's still going today. It's grown from what, 12 to 15 vets up to about 100 and 125 every week that are coming into Festival of Foods, enjoying the donuts and coffee and the camaraderie. And they've got their whole space decorated. It's beautiful. We plan on doing that here. As a matter of fact, I'd like to grow out of this space and get out into a bigger space. And we may be able to do that someday. But right now, I'd like these 2 ladies to tell you a little bit about their space down there. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mary. Okay. First of all, thank you all. And we're honored to be here so much. And what started out as just being a thought of saying, how do we say thank you to our veterans? And the first store that we were in, the manager said, well, do you want like a permanent space? And you don't ask Sharon and I things like that unless you expect to have things taken over, which we did. And there was a little inventory room, storeroom, and we just took it all out, took all the stuff out, put up some nice artwork, and we were just flying by the seat of our pants. We had no idea what we were doing, but it didn't make any difference because the people that showed up just wanted a place to say thank you. Civilians wanted to say thank you. Our veterans, active duty, wanted a place to just talk about anything, whether it was the service or their day-to-day life, fishing, it doesn't matter. For us, it's just a matter of saying, how do we say thank you? How do we appreciate all of your efforts? And that's how this started out. And we're celebrating 3 years in Kenosha now, and couldn't be more proud, more happy. And there's no way I can say thank you enough to Sharon for being a part of this. She and we are partners in crime. We are.
And when we started this too, we had, it was just in Kenosha, and there's 2 of them now in Racine, and then you guys here. And Mary and I's goal is to have one in every community. It is incredible what it has done for us personally, but for everybody in the community. Bill, you will know that the support will just come rolling in. We've never heard no from anybody that we have approached, so it's been incredible. And on that note, when we were starting, after 9/11, my Aunt Mary made me a flag. She crocheted a United States flag. And when Mary and I were thinking of doing this, we said, wouldn't that be neat if we could give every World War II vet that comes in our cafe a World War II flag, a United States flag as a way to say thank you. So I had a couple people that crocheted, and one of them condensed the pattern and made a United States flag, crocheted a United States flag for every one of our World War II vets. And we happen to have an extra one, and we would like to give that to you today, Bill. Just as your first picture on the wall.
That's
maybe.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
And we cherish it very much in our facility, and it's just been the support that we have gotten has just been incredible. So, and we actually had somebody that took over and framed all of these for us. And so this is for you and your
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you making the trip up here. I mean,
Sure.
that's not easy. It's a 200-mile trip. And
Yeah,
we still got to go back home today, so, but,
We always find things to talk about.
well, I'm...
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And thank God for Mickey D's, you know, we stopped and had lots of coffee.
So I just can't express, this coupled along with the wall hanging I got from the lady in Nakusa, it's the first 2 things that are going on the wall in the new home of the American Heroes Cafe. And with that, I'm going to conclude this because everybody wants a donut and coffee. The coffee's done, I can smell it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Mary and Sharon to cut the ribbon, and I'll give you a couple of seconds to get your cameras ready and line up over there. And you want to, there, that'll be right there. And here's, Joan went out and bought brand new scissors for you so it'll work. So what'll happen here is I will give a countdown. I'll go back behind the camera there. When everybody's ready, we'll give you the high sign, and I'll do a 3, 2, 1, and at 1, right after 1, you'll cut the ribbon, okay?
Very good.
So has everybody got their cameras ready that needs their cameras ready?
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, cut.
Want that to fall on
There
the
we
floor.
go.
Absolutely. We just have one more thing for Bill. Little something you can put on his vehicle.
Uh-oh.
What? Little something you can put on your vehicle, just in case.
Oh, okay. I think I got an idea.
Do you have it?
No, I don't, but I've seen these and I love it.
Good.
American Heroes Cafe.
Yeah.
They'll go right alongside the vehicle. I really appreciate that. Okay. Okay, now that all the pictures are done, let's go have some coffee and donuts.
We on the other end of the building. They sit there and
Must be your.
I'm Dennis Fear from Wisconsin Rapids. I was in the U.S. Army, got drafted, and went to Vietnam in 1969 and 1970. Spent 13 months there. Hopefully, as time goes on, more members will show up because there are a lot of veterans out there. It's a very good idea, and I got my first cup of coffee of the day.
still serving veterans. We love to come down to the cafe and intermix and get stories and share stories with those vets that have gone before us to kind of pave the way for us today. We appreciate it.
Name's Alan Brown from Wisconsin Rapids. I went into service in 1966 to 1972. I served as a military police and did everything the police departments do. And I've been around the world twice in the service. And here, this is a good idea. Everybody get together for coffee and that. I'm really enjoying myself.
Good morning. My name is Bill Hack. I put 20 years in the Navy. I was in from 1962 to 1982. Many of the veterans here, especially a good friend of mine, he was a 30-year man. My cousin was down here. He's a 24-year man. The police chief from Grand Rapids is not only a veteran from the Marine Corps, he is also an active duty policeman. So a lot of people are coming down here. The purpose being, of course, to rub elbows with other vets, other civilian service people, and just share a little camaraderie. Any veteran, any police, any firefighter, retired or active duty, is welcome to come on down, have free donuts and coffee from 9 to noon every Wednesday.